in dealing with trauma, sometimes people go through trauma. Sometimes you go through trauma in relationships, in your household. And when I'm talking about relationships, so in your families, in your romantic life, uh, you can go through trauma in all of those situations. You can go through trauma in the church. I put a song up about church hurt. You can go through trauma within your community. You can go through trauma within your ethnic background. You can go through trauma through a lot of different things. So I remember I was at this one meeting, and it was a convention, and this girl said, being that she was mixed, she caught hell from blacks and from whites, or she didn't feel accepted by either one. And then to top it off, her ethnicity, her mom might have been white, but her ethnicity was of a Nigerian ethnic group. Now, some might not understand, and I've talked about it before, how the majority of African Americans here are actually Nigerians, whether they know it or not. But they just have to study that. But even as I studied and learned some of those different things, talking to other people in my community, they said, well, you're learning about that, that's cool, but I want to hear more about your technical or your scientific background. Who cares about history? And I'm wondering, oh, so you don't want to know about yourselves, what's in the history books. You got whole people walking around not knowing what about themselves. And that's the issue. That's the issue. We don't know sometimes who we are, so we devalue ourselves. And sometimes with us devaluing ourselves, other people devalue us. We can look for love in all the wrong places. All the wrong places. And those people can mistreat, abuse, devalue us. It can cause trauma to our personage, trauma to our minds, where it's a mental barrier. You've been through so much, it's a mental barrier. Think about this. I know of an individual, he said that when he encountered a woman and he said he had to go to work, the woman followed him all the way to his job because she was so used to guys saying that they were going to work and it being a lie. So now she ran into a guy that was telling her the truth, but the trauma is still in her head. Just yesterday, there was a woman, she was on the phone talking to someone, and she said, I don't feel wanted. She said, I don't feel wanted, to the person on the phone. If you wanted me, you would come and get me. So I overheard that. I was doing what I had to do, going up and down the stairs. But then, I finished what I had to do. I got a business card out of my vehicle. I went over to her and said loudly, so the person could hear on the other side of the phone, I said, you are wanted. Here, gave my card. Now, that's just so that person on the end of the phone can know she got out. And she was quiet, but she smiled and chuckled. Because she felt happy. She felt valued. That's what I care about in my community, where people are valued. I just left Walmart. When I was in Walmart, I was asking this lady about this. Because I've been having issues with my phone, and you might have seen the videos. It might post to Facebook from Instagram, and I just went in and took the phone to a shop, And I said, I don't know what's wrong. And if you can't tell me what's wrong, you know, I got insurance on the phone, but I do so much. Can you fix it? And he was like, I can't figure this out. And I'm like, well, if you don't know, I definitely don't. I definitely shouldn't, usually. And so that is a challenge. And what I posted on Instagram, I said, don't let challenges stop you. I found a workaround. So to get around all that, I said, let me go ahead and buy this. And I said, you know, this is a nice HD camera, but it's a Rebel camera. And I was thinking, I don't like Rebels. I mean, that's what I said to the girl. But then I thought about it and I said, you know what? Though I said I don't like Rebels, honestly, I don't like rebellion. I don't like rebellion. So when I'm speaking to a camera that's a rebel, I can correct the rebellion. It's all about order. Some people don't know that. So there's some things I've been posting, or if anybody's followed me, they know, okay, this is a guy we know, he's engaging in a relationship, but he's doing it publicly online. And I said, yo, I'm a private person. Why would I do things publicly? I said, I'm teaching. So let's get into the message of what I'm teaching. What am I teaching? Well, first off, I want to say this. What I'm teaching, and I mentioned this before, and I had to kind of put it on a little bit of a back burner, a little side place, like not on the main page. What I said is, when you're considering marriage, the husband and wife are roles. And I said, maybe certain communities have more of an understanding of that than we do. And I'm watching because I know sometimes people get offended when I say certain things. If I say God loves the homosexual, all of a sudden people are mad at me. But I got the most views when I talked about that. And then I had somebody on the show who said he was asexual and talked about different things in my family and how big it is and who's all in it. And some people are so adept and sensitive. I knew, okay, when I posted a picture and said, okay, boom, 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 all these different rappers together, they're like, that one's a Muslim, that one's this. And I knew all that. I'm like, you don't think I already knew? This is a portrait of the family. This is a portrait of the human family. See, everybody would tell you that there's something and not even know what that thing is. You might say you're a man, but what makes you think that you're an actual man? See, I'm going completely off top. I wrote some notes, but this has been in my spirit. You might say something like, I'm a child of God, and that could be true, could be true. But then you might say you're a son of God, and is that true? Are you a son of God if it says those who are led by the Spirit of God are the sons of God? So it qualified what was a son of God, just like it qualifies what's a disciple of Christ. Those who are my disciples continue in my word indeed. Well, then what is a disciple? Is that not a Christian? Because when they wouldn't join themselves with the disciples, they called them believers. Why are some believers calling themselves Christians when they're not really disciples? That's why I posted a couple days ago. No, I posted yesterday. I said, I did so much yesterday. I said, the reason why I could go through church hurt and never turn my back on God or the church or the brethren is because I'm a disciple. I'm a disciple. It says, though, go out, make disciples of all nations. That was what we were supposed to be making. Not necessarily a whole bunch of believers as a Christian, but we're supposed to have an understanding of things. Sometimes we don't even understand the scriptures correctly. Like you might say, okay, there's only one way to God. And I was talking about, hold on, I heard there was one way to the Father. So maybe that's why you have an issue with brethren. That's why you have an issue with this community or that religion or this or that. You know? But that's why I said today I'm teaching on a really high level. So we know those who are led by the sons of God are the sons of God. So what does it mean to be a son of God? Be led by the Spirit of God. But then it says the earth is waiting for the earnest manifestation of the sons of God. What's that? I saw you with the big jawbone and said, boom, okay, you must be a Samson. I see you looking at that girl. Her body looks nice. Sometimes you move in the spirit or at nighttime and you move around. Okay, so you're led by the Spirit at times. So you're a son of God. You're a Samson. You're driven by your own lusts and all of this, and it's got you off. What? I never said I was Samson. I said I was a son of God. Wait, but you're a son of God too. So what does it mean to be a son of God? Did you see my last sermon? Will anybody speak for Saul? I will. David. Wait, hold on. You're not Samson? You carry, are you Samson? Are you, who are you? You said to the sky like Elijah? Who are you, Elisha? Who are you? A son of God. This is why I said before, I said people say, okay, you know, the Bible can't be real. Well, we are yet to understand the pattern. Adam was a son of God. The pattern. That's why I said I'm teaching you on this. And they said, don't cast your pearl before swine. I'm not. This is just the breakdown. So, what is a son of God? I said the son of God is the pattern. So that means if someone says, I'm a David, an Elisha, or the pattern, these are the sons of God. That's the that's the anointing. You said you're a son of God. Explain it to me. You can't explain it. Well, what makes you think you're a son of God? You can't explain it. This is why we have to be at G level. What does that mean? We gotta have to be at the level where we can hear God. You can tap into a truth, a revelation, a beautiful spouse, partner, love and happiness. And someone can talk you out of it because you esteem that person and that position and that title over God. Now, if you look at my page, you'll see, okay, if this brother really was a Samson, if he really was, how come he's been silent for so long? How come he's never went off like you would think? Especially when it comes to the woman that he said was dear to him. He might have said one thing, and then after that he said mind hackers. Why? Because people in high positions of authority said, hold on, you're disrespecting him again. I'm tired of this. High authority. Females too. Like, hold on. What are you doing? But this is why I said we're playing roles. We're playing roles. We're showing you roles. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, and the church. And it can be taught through relationships. But that's why it says in the book of Ephesians 5, it says how the husband and wife is like Christ in the church. How many times have we disrespected the Son of God? How many times have we went back on our word? That's why I said in a message, and some of y'all might not have caught the message, but I said in the message, I said, if you can, like, sometimes we esteem somebody, and so you say, this is everything I asked for, and it really, truly is everything you asked for, but you didn't know what you asked for. Or, really, you might have just asked for love, so this is the woman that you love. That's what you asked for.